In the stillness of the night, when the world is quiet and all that remains is the soft hum of your own heartbeat. It is in this moment that we often find ourselves longing for peace. The noise of the day has faded away, but sometimes our minds are still racing, filled with worries, fears, and unanswered questions. It's easy to feel lost in these moments of silence. But if we listen closely, we can hear the gentle whispers of God speaking to our souls, guiding us toward rest and trust. The silence can feel overwhelming at first. It's in these moments that our thoughts can seem louder than ever, echoing through the corridors of our mind. But what if we understood that this silence is not empty, that it is not a void to be feared, but a space where God's voice can be heard most clearly? In the busyness of life, when the world around us is loud and chaotic, it's easy to forget that God's voice is often quiet, soft, and peaceful, waiting for us to stop and listen. When the world is silent, God is present. It is in this quietness that we can connect with Him in a deeper, more intimate way. It is here that we can surrender our burdens, let go of our worries, and invite God to speak into our hearts. The noise of the world often drowns out the still, small voice that calls us to peace, but in the stillness of the night, we can hear Him clearly. He is not far off, waiting for us to reach out. He is already here, ready to comfort us, to speak life into our weary souls. There is something incredibly powerful about the silence before sleep. It's a sacred moment when we can pause and reflect on the day, release our worries, and trust that God will take care of what we cannot. The world may be silent, but we are not alone. God is with us, watching over us, offering His peace and guidance as we lay our heads to rest in these quiet moments. We can lay our burdens down and allow God to speak into our hearts. We don't have to carry the weight of the world with us into the night. We don't have to stay awake, consumed by our worries and anxieties. Instead, we can place our trust in God, knowing that He is in control, that He has a plan for our lives, and that we can rest in His presence when we allow God to speak to our souls. We are reminded of His love, His faithfulness, and His unwavering presence. The silence that once felt empty now becomes a space of connection, a place where we can hear His voice, feel His comfort, and experience His peace. In this silence, God is not distant. He is close, He is near, and He is speaking directly to us, offering His guidance, His peace, and His strength for the coming day. In the quiet of the night, God's presence is a balm for our tired hearts. It is in this stillness that we find rest, not just for our bodies, but for our souls. we can leave behind the struggles and challenges of the day, trusting that God will handle what we cannot. As we close our eyes, we can release our anxieties, knowing that we are safe in His care, that He holds the future, and that He is with us every step of the way. The world may be silent, but the conversation with God does not have to end. In fact, it's in the silence that we can hear Him most clearly. When we allow ourselves to be still, we create space for God to move, to speak, and to work in our lives. The stillness of the night becomes a sacred opportunity to draw near to Him, to hear His voice, and to experience the peace that only He can provide. In this moment of quiet, we can remember the words of Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. It is in the stillness that we are reminded of His sovereignty, His goodness, and His eternal love for us. As we surrender the weight of the day to Him, we can find rest in the knowledge that God is in control. He holds the world in His hands, and He is with us in every moment. When the world is silent, let us use that time to draw near to God, to hear His voice, and to be reminded of His presence. Let the stillness be a reminder that God is always with us, even when we cannot see or feel Him. In the quiet of the night, we can find rest, peace, and hope for the future. We can trust that God is at work, even when we cannot see the results, and that He will lead us through whatever comes our way. As you lay down tonight, take a deep breath and let go of the burdens you've been carrying. Trust that God is at work, even in the silence. He is always speaking, always present, and always faithful. As you drift off to sleep, rest in the assurance that God's presence surrounds you, that His love upholds you, and that His peace will guard your heart and mind. The silence of the night is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It is in these moments that we can truly hear God's voice, feel His love, and experience His peace. As the world sleeps, we can rest in the knowledge that God is with us, speaking to our souls, and guiding us toward a future filled with hope and grace. When the world is silent, God is speaking. He is speaking to your heart, offering peace, comfort, and strength. He is reminding you that you are not alone, that He is with you, and that you can trust Him with everything. In the silence, let God speak to your soul, and let His peace fill your heart. As you rest tonight, know that you are held in His care, and that tomorrow is another day to walk in His light. May this silence be a time of reflection, renewal, and rest. May you hear God's voice clearly, feel His presence near, and experience His peace in every corner of your soul. Trust that He is at work, even in the quiet moments, and that His plan for your life is unfolding with each passing day. Let go of the worries, the anxieties, and the struggles of today. In the silence, let God speak to your soul, and let His peace fill your heart. You are loved, you are cared for, and you are never alone. Rest easy tonight, knowing that God is with you. If you found comfort in this message, share it with someone who might need it tonight. And remember, each night you have the opportunity to connect with God, trusting Him more and more with each passing moment. Good night, and may His peace surround you always.